FBI Director James Comey getting dragged through the same process he once put Martha Stewart through. Pleading not guilty in his first court appearance. The charges, obstruction and making false statements to Congress back in 2020. The trial's locked in for Jan 6th, the day before that terrible January 6th. And the media is already acting like it's the second coming of Watergate.
Not since Watergate, Anna, have we seen a president weaponize the Justice Department to go after his political rivals.
This is one of the most significant cases in America's 249-year history. A president of the United States directed that one of his opponents be prosecuted because he didn't like that individual.
This is an effort by the president to use the power of the federal government to muzzle somebody he doesn't like. Right. The legal case is simply a way to get Jim Comey to shut up.
It doesn't really matter if you go after them or not, because the Dems will always come for you no matter what. Isn't that kind of
did.
Yes, isn't that kind of the point?
They used Comey provided the basis for the entire Democratic wing of the federal government to go after President Trump, not even the federal government, in states, in cities, in Georgia, in New York City, and everywhere else they could find a venue, they went after him, and they were the ones out for vengeance. And Comey thought that if he was fired and used his little friends to go to the New York Times and leak some stories, that he was going to get Trump impeached and he was going to upend his presidency so he would get thrown out of office and never have any power in this country again, because he would be neutered and embarrassed. So when people on MSNBC talk about the weaponization of government and this is worse than Watergate, then I hope you do in fact go back and look at the facts of Comey's predication and you realize the flimsy case that he had foisted upon all of us and upon this president because of a need for personal vengeance and retribution. And this whole thing was ginned up from the Clinton campaign as an I'm sorry note to Hillary Clinton for his late in the game realization that there was some stuff on her server that might have been untoward, and she feels that that cost her the election. So this whole thing was a way of undoing the Trump presidency because Comey always represented the establishment on both sides, especially the deeply entrenched part of it. They hated Trump. They hate Trump. They hate everything he stands for because he spoke directly to people who should have been subservient to the Democratic wing of our government, and they refused. For the first time, they threw off the yoke and voted for someone they felt would stand up for them. And that's what Comey tried to stand up against. And you know what? I'm happy to see all of this happening. And I hope they go after Clapper, and I hope they go after all the other people who were working in concert with one another to throw this guy out of office. And it really says something about this country that voters were able to look past all of that, all the vengeance and all the trials and all the witch hunts, and put this guy in power once again, because for them, he was the only one who spoke to the forgotten voter.